after my last video, a few people challenged me to do Will without the Breath of Divinity. So today we're going to be doing that. In this case, I've swapped out the Breath for a Weapon Jump D-Ring, the level 2 Weapon Jump D-Ring, which I got off the auction house for about, I believe, 200 mil. So otherwise, the gear is mostly the same. I did swap out my event ring, which was the Jessica ring, to this Awake ring because I got a better dex potential on it rather than the drop ring that I was using the Glory Guard ring for. So with that in mind, I'm going to buff up here and get going. I'm going to try and talk through how I deal with some mechanics on Bowmaster because some of them are a bit annoying. So yeah, that's the plan here. I conveniently got Echo from a guildmate because that's a bit nice of them. Right into normal practice mode. So for phase 1 Will, I don't quite have enough damage to one check in the shortened time period that we get here. I forgot to pop a few buffs, so that's unfortunate. Okay, there we go. But it's an easy 2-check, so we're just gonna pop as much as we can, and well, it should be an easy 2-check. And the main thing we're looking to avoid right now are tornadoes. Not because I'm that worried about them, because they don't insta-kill unless combined with something else, but more because they will break Mirage Delusions, which I'm relying on for survivability, in case there's lag or on timing with the checks. Like that came at 50 seconds. They usually tend to come around 45 for me. So I use Mirages, mostly just to be safe and stuff like that. The unfortunate thing is not buffing properly before is going to make this a bit harder. That's going to have to be a forced illusion tank, or I guess I could Moonlight again, but I would rather illusion tank that. And with blue where it is, I'm gonna let this pupil of chaos move me. I'm gonna plant the turret over here. We want to get purple down before we swap over to blue. Because when check happens, if you're solo, you will always get moved to the purple side, so I'm gonna need a turret on blue side to make sure that I am able to clear the checks. That was pretty close. I don't think that ate an illusion though. It did not, looking at my top right buff bar. So that was great. Looking to start popping buffs now. Getting hit away like that, a bit important. We're gonna let this tank an illusion. Just because I really want to clear purple. Okay. That's purple cleared. At this point, we're in a good spot. I can place the turret down. Since it happened at 50, we're gonna believe that it happens around 2650 again. And looking at this, don't see anything. I am going to swap over, and I just saw it fade away, so that's very nice. And you can see my turret is triggering these. I'm gonna resummon the turret on this side so it stops hitting. And unsummon Phoenix and Familiars here so that I don't get hit. At the same time, I'm going to rebuff up. I did not mean to hit Phoenix, but it's kind of muscle memory. When Phoenix hit will mean there's some balls, so we're just going to make sure we avoid those. Will's going to go here. Unfortunately, don't have buffs, which I would normally have because my first check was a bit delayed and I had to do a second burst. So it's going to be a bit awkward since normally the strat there would be. Normally the strat is I would be able to do full burst, but I don't want to use my 3-minute burst buffs while my 2 minutes aren't up. Because they give multiplying stats, so together I'll get more damage boost overall. So that might mean this becomes a 2-check as well. We're gonna try our best though for it to not be a 2-check. That's that side done. We're going to switch to blue. Luckily, I do have both my burst ring and I said it's on the side was about to moonlight over. On bit unfortunate, it's not going to be it's going to be a 2-check as well. Luckily, I shouldn't have to pop burst for this to be a 2-check, so I'll be able to do full burst for the last P1. For the last P1 F area, which should mean I could solidly 1-check that. I'm gonna be swapped over. We're gonna go straight back to purple. Want to get that pump down. Have about a whole minute, so this should be pretty doable. We're gonna deal just a bit of extra damage because sometimes visually is good. We're gonna go here. I'll need to resummon the turret closer to the minute just to make sure it's still alive. So at this point, the goal is just stay alive, avoid Will's attacks. I'm gonna do some arrow setup, which I always forget to do. But ideally, I want healing to be the last arrow in the rotation, which I now have it as, and now I can lock healing arrows. Just make him a bit safer. Going to summon turret in about 5 seconds just to make it so it has a good amount of duration into the check. Just be safe. That's the turret. I hit Will with binding shot, just make it so he moves a bit slower around the map. Not really a big deal. It's definitely dealable without it, but and there's the check. Kind of got unlucky with these. A lot of them have been on my side, but take the that. So that's that. We're summoning turret, so there's no more dropping, and disable Phoenix for the clears. Buff up everything that is not Phoenix or familiars, including using Takoyaki, which I still have from that event back. At this point, resummoning Phoenix, and we're looking to go big time on this. Because I want to end on blue, we're gonna just go. I expect People of Chaos to just send me over, so we're gonna do as much as we can before People of Chaos. And when we're here, we're going to pop both of my my first ring. I'm gonna pop both my burst ring and terms and conditions. The angelic Busterling. This is kind of awkward because it's coming from Will because no matter what. So we're gonna try and get him out of the corner, which it did. tank that with an illusion, which apparently didn't pop, so I'm a bit confused why that didn't happen. I still have 2 illusions, but I just didn't want to spend the time switching and switching back in the Moonlight, because we're pretty close to check, and I really want to get this in 1 if possible. I'm gonna stay here. I can lock healing arrows here, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna resummon turret. I don't see the check, so I'm gonna assume it's over on this side. Still not seeing it. Okay, it was really late there. Luckily, I had an illusion to tank it, so that's fine. To pop down turret there. Should mean we stop hitting it. Balls? Please? Balls? I don't know what's still hitting it on the other side, to be honest, because I summoned the turret, but, that's fine. Unfortunately, have no mirages for the next phase. It's a bit rough. Going to rebuff whatever I can. And then Will's going to phase here. I can pop another Takoyaki if I want. Make sure familiars are out, because the healing familiar here is going to be a lifesaver. The phase 2 main thing I'm going to want to do is I'm looking to bind pretty early here. I can't get full burst off, but during this bind I'm going to try to be avoiding as many things that stop generation of Moonlight, like these legs. I can heal off the damage using the healing familiar, but I just want to have enough Moonlight so I can safely potion, if possible. Like here. One of the cool things is, if you space it perfectly, you can actually stay just out of range of Will's swipes on Bowmaster. Pretty hard to keep consistently. So now at this point, I have enough Moonlight that I can mostly heal off things that aren't Will knocking me into webs. So I am going to mostly focus on dodging back and forth from Will knocking me across the map, which I am honestly not that great at, but in this phase for some reason. I just am not. I get hit into webs pretty often, unfortunately. Trying to keep an eye on timer so I also know when Will is going to, when I'm able to check right after. That's going to be a turnaround. I think this is another turnaround, yep. And that's going to be check at 1751. Oh, I am key reversed. Okay, we're no longer key reversed. We can dodge. Okay, get it. Got hit by 1, not the biggest deal. Going to be cracked here. 2, 3 should be around here. Looks like cracked again. 2. That's we're gonna. There's no crack actually. I miscounted. I percent over. That's fine. We can avoid no crack. I don't know what we're at, but that's fine. Able to recover. The one downside of doing this, as weird as this is, my bind cooldown is gonna be a bit. Gonna take a bit. Oh, jeez. I thought that was not the mix-up. Gonna pop Moonlight to power Elixir and save myself there. This is not the mix-up. That is the mix-up, though. And I believe it was like... I'm really bad at remembering the time. 1750 is the time I'm remembering, so I'm going to... and then assume it's around that. That's another pop. And with that in mind, I can kind of just try and stay out of range of Will. Because he's gonna activate check right at time anyway. Yeah, I but it was worth a shot. Cool thing is Binding Shot will keep him, make him move across the map very slowly. I think we're gonna get into checks soon. Oh, geez. I think I just jumped right into the web there. Luckily had a Mirage up. There's the check. We get hit by a few things here. Bit unfortunate. Bit weird. Not quite sure what's going on because I'm not seeing legs. There it is. 2, 3. Okay, part 2 is not cracked, so we're gonna just hug this wall because this wall is pretty safe. We're gonna go cracked again here. Get hit by that leg. Get hit by that leg. No crack. We're gonna hug the wall as much as possible. And crack one more time. It's 3. That's your chance to attack Will. Unfortunately, gonna be like 50 seconds on some of my burst stuff, so I'm gonna just try and stall out a tiny bit. He will start using stuff. I think he actually will not auto phase here, but he's gonna start attacking, and I don't really want to deal with that, so we can do that. We're gonna pop the Power Elixir. But I was able to get one Mirage up and a bit of time. So that was a pretty good phase 2, all things considered. I did make some pretty... Okay, this is a stay right off the bat. I hate that Will, like, seems to almost always just do one of those right off the bat. Unfortunately, we don't have bind available for this. That was kind of a lucky... I don't know, for phase 3, I find I have to, like, get into a bit of a rhythm, and then I'm good. But I always start out, like, a bit panicky. Actually, we can bind here, because I do have a good amount of time left on stuff. So we're gonna bind first as much as possible. Not gonna worry about anything right now. Get as much damage out as we can. This Poison Burst is pretty good. And then we can start cleaning some webs well. Right after that. And we're just trying to hop side to side so Will doesn't knock us into webs. While Poison's up. Turrets are kind of free friend because it does mean that the Poison can't kill us for not hitting if we sometimes. Whenever he does something like that, we're going to try and just hop out of the way and use the time to clear a few webs. And basically, the best thing I personally think is, like, you can get into a rhythm of just hopping back and forth across Will every time he attacks. And if you do it properly, you almost never get hit. And then you just have to react to White Eyes. And, well, you have to react to both his White Eyes and Yellow Eyes move and stay. But otherwise, you can just kind of stay hopping back and forth pretty consistently. I have 2 Mirages right now, which means I'm in a really good spot. Actually going to... Okay, we can stand still here. Cross him over one more time. Keep crossing over. Top there. We're gonna need to pop here as well. There for that seal. Stay still here. I do want to clear webs on the left side. It's just been kind of unfortunate. This is a stay, which means I can clear some left webs after. Okay, here we go. Back into it. Getting poisoned again. Crossover. 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 Dang. Gonna clear some webs. Crossover. Gonna clear some webs. Use that as an opportunity. Here we Stay still. Oh. Repop Moonlight, so that when I hop into those webs, it's fine. Don't have burst buffs, so we're gonna just kill. Bit of an awkward spot here. Not dealing with webs as well as I'm used to. Gonna off the power elixir. Okay. Stand still. Staying still. Power elixir, please. Thank you. And now we have full burst and are poisoned. Oh geez. That got tanked by an illusion, luckily. Oh, I just flash jumped into that. I think I had another illusion, thankfully. And that's the kill. Flawless Will without BoD. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to Lich2 who gave me Echo for this clear. If anyone has any questions about any of my gear and stuff, this is a quick overview of what I have. These hyperstats are not optimized. I just kind of lazily tossed them in because I had to quick do them after a training session. At some point, I will optimize them once more. But yeah, that is Bowmaster solo clearing Will at 33k stat basically with buffs. If we take out Maple Warrior, we're 32k basically, 32.1. There we go. Thank you for watching.